Well, I got to raise this up because you got a little bit more girth there or height there than Ricky and Mark.
Good morning, everyone. I hope you had a great New Year's. This is the first segment of 2018, and I believe it's the most important segment. I'm going to touch on finding deals, which is probably the essence and actually the foundation of becoming or getting involved in real estate. When I first started a few years ago, that was probably the toughest thing to get involved in, is finding a good deal. You really don't make your money on the sell, you make your money on the purchase. What that means is finding the best deal for the best price. So that's pretty much a key, is you make your money in the buy. When I first started again, I was finding 2, 3, 4 deals maybe a year. This is around 10 years ago, and I started to increase and expand my marketing, expand my network. At this point, between the 3 partners, we've all had that struggle. You find a few deals, you flip them, you rent them. Next thing you know, a few months later, there's no more deals. So we've incorporated, we've got together, and we tried to keep a pipeline of deals, and that's why we can offer deals at wholesale. That's why we flip, and that's why we've been able to hold around 40 properties in our rental portfolio this year. We touch on the first way to get properties. The first one, which is the most easiest way, and it's free, is basically dealing with realtors. There's certain realtors in your area that are more prone to deal with investors, that are more investor savvy. They deal with cash buyers and deal with buyers that are looking to work with someone like yourself. There's certain realtors that are good with short sales. There's certain realtors that know how to deal with REOs. Those are some realtors that you might want to network in or network with. Certain REO brokers, certain short sale brokers again. How do you find them? You give them a call, you can stop in their office, you join networking groups that they're part of, or you just establish a basic relationship with some of these realtors. You let them know that you're a serious buyer. When a good deal does come up, I would recommend taking firm action. As soon as that's done, you establish yourself and you give yourself a good reputation for doing what you said. Second way, networking. There are real estate groups that I'm part of and our business is part of. There's RIA, Bigger Pockets, has a chapter here that we meet at Johnny's one Tuesday out of the month. The other functions that you can be part of and go to groups and learn. Simple ways, email notifications. It doesn't seem like rocket science, but I'm on every email notification possible. Whether it's Zillow, Trulia, Hubzu, Auction.com. Every morning, 5, 6 in the morning, you'll receive emails of new updates. Put in your criteria in these websites, and you'll receive up-to-date listings within 24 to 48 hours. Being one of the first ones to take action, going to the property the next day, giving a full price offer, and buying it. Next is word of mouth. As a real estate professional or someone that becomes wants to flip houses or buy houses, you kind of think that since it's on your mind all the time, everyone else knows as well. But I would bet that maybe 1 out of every 20 people or less than that, know what you're looking for. So everyone you speak to, just let them know what you're doing. Let them know your intentions. Let them know how they can possibly be of help. Let your family, let your friends, let your colleagues, let everyone know what you're doing. And believe it or not, you'll start getting calls once a month, once every 2 months with a good deal coming your way. Advertising, that's a little different. That's as you become a little bigger, or you start allocating funds and want to invest in your business or want to invest in your future. There's a lot of different ways of advertising. If you go by our building, we have our signs up. We have signs that let people know that we buy houses, that we rent houses. Advertising that we place in all of our rentals or all of our rehabs. Some of our contractors have our logos on them, things of that nature. Business cards, social media, billboards, radio advertising. A lot of different ways you can really get into advertising your brand or yourself as someone that buys properties. The marketing. Marketing can go from anywhere from $500 a month to people that spend $50,000 a month. It might sound crazy, but I've been mentored by some people that actually do spend $50,000 a month towards marketing in bigger areas. And I know people that go as low as $500, but that's a vital piece of anyone's business. And there's a lot of ways to market. There's direct mail marketing, there's postcard marketing, There's email campaign marketing, email blasts, a lot of different ways where you can market towards different segments, different area codes, different criteria that you see fit, which whatever you want to attack, whether it's lower income properties, whether it's high-end properties, whether it's flips, whether it's singles, doubles, triples. You could actually break these areas and these properties down and then do direct marketing towards these homeowners that might not want to be in the business anymore, or might be in a situation where you're looking for someone like yourself. It's such a diverse and important area that we'll touch on that topic later on. Dealing with banks, buying notes, and dealing with auction properties. Basically going down to the auction. Rochester has a few different auctions, whether it's tax auction, city auction, county auctions, bank auctions. Those are really a good way to accumulate properties, but I will say it does take a savvy investor. A lot of people talk about when they get into this business, they want to go to auctions, but there is a lot of benefits and upside to that, but there's a lot of downside as well. You are buying a lot of these properties as is. You are not walking through a lot of these properties. You don't know the dangers of these properties. But for the new people getting into your first few, I would kind of recommend going a different route, just because the safety and the risk factor involved in that. You become more experienced, when you become better, when you have some other properties under your belt, that's an avenue that you can approach in the future as well. Finding wholesalers to work with. A couple years ago, a lot of people had the idea that why buy from a wholesaler, why buy from someone that's going to increase what they bought it for, than what I can buy it for. Wholesalers, well, good wholesalers, spend a lot of energy, a lot of time, a lot of resources in finding these good deals. Reputable ones like ourselves and other people that we know usually have a strong customer base, meaning that they're giving these deals at good prices, and most of their clients are coming back to us numerous times. I believe if a wholesaler wants to stay in business, they're going to pass that deal on to their end buyer where both parties win. Those are some basic ways to get you going to finding your first, second, third, fourth, or fifth property. Either or, when you get that under your belt, then you can pick each segment and really start to expand on that. I hope 2018 treats you well. We're very excited to grow our business, and we hope to work with you in the future. Take care.
Yeah, I gotta get this camera lowered here. Ricky's video's next.
Well, so you have to go a little lower.
Yeah.
Keep going, and for Mark especially, you might want to actually...
You know, they hate you for this.
You might want to take those legs off the tripod.